Hi, my name is Keisha Wilson, and the career that I've chosen to do a profile on is a child advocate. One of the example organizations that I found is called CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. I don't know anyone personally there, but I've had interaction with them. The first time was probably when I was like 11 or 12. We did a service project for them, and we built some playhouses that we could raffle off to sell to raise money for them. And the second time is actually, I had a situation in my family where my uncle passed away and his youngest son, mom, had already passed away, and so we kind of went through a time where we had him with our house, and he had a CASA representative to help him make decisions and to help figure out the different situations that he was going through. The work environment for a child advocate kind of depends on which field you go into. Typically, though, they work with foster programs. They do home visits. They work in courtrooms. They work in office settings. CASA is an independent nonprofit that has an office, but most of the work that they do is either at home doing research, in homes doing researches, or in the courtroom actually helping make decisions for the child. The typical stressors of a job, I think, would be seeing the children in situations that are unsettling, seeing situations where the mom and dad are not able to take care of the child for whatever reason, whether that be drugs or they're in jail or situations where they've made poor choices. I think another thing is dealing with family members. That would be stressful for me. Excuse me, causing contention if there may be that sort of situation. Or kids sometimes don't want help. They don't trust adults anymore because of the situation that they're in, and they just don't want to help. I think that would be stressful because you're trying to help those kids and they just don't want it. The benefits of a child advocate, obviously, they're going to receive the benefits that are required by law, like healthcare and retirement and things like that. But I think some of the other benefits are just the rewards of working with children. That time when they do find a foster home or an adoption goes through correctly, that places a child with a loving family, seeing the payoff of all their hard work. Other common job tasks, especially with CASA and the organization that I chose, they often have to do research, so it's long hours in reading case files and understanding the background of the child and understanding the background of the case that they're working on. Contacting family that may be willing to help out with the child that no longer has parents that can. Conducting interviews to make sure the homes that the children are going to are safe, and obviously doing paperwork, making sure that everything is documented correctly. Educational requirements, a bachelor's degree in some fields, so either marriage and family, psychology, social work, or a similar area. For CASA representatives specifically, the rest of the training that's needed to appear in a courtroom is done on the job. A child advocate, the starting salary range for somebody with a bachelor's degree is around $38,000 a year. Somebody that's been doing it for several years and is very experienced would make upwards of $54,000, $55,000 a year. The other information is child advocates are there from the very beginning to the very end. So they make sure that all of the tracking is done properly. They make sure that the child is doing well in their foster home or in the adoption family, or in the family that takes care of that child. all the way up until that child's 18. With the situation with my cousin, the CASA representative would come to our house and make sure that he's getting the care he needs, make sure that my parents are doing what they're supposed to, make sure that me and my sister were doing what we needed to, and make sure that Cameron was happy. And he's no longer living with my parents, but they continue to do that until the child reaches an age where he's considered an adult. So that's child advocacy.